guys, it's Annie. Today I am going to show you how to create an eyebrow using a stencil. Recently I shared how I do my brows and I will link that video below, but this is just another alternative if maybe you tried that, didn't work for you, or brows take a little bit of work. And as you can see, I don't have a lot of brow. So that's the brow that I created using a stencil. That is what we're going to talk about. Before we get started, please make sure you click that button below, hit the subscribe button, click on that notification bell too. I share new videos every single week. Always make sure you leave a comment. Always make sure that you share my videos too. Helps my channel grow and I can continue creating content for you guys too. So let's just get into it. You know, I don't have any makeup on, but I'm going to be doing a separate video, and I usually don't do my brows on camera because it just takes so long. So you'll see me with all my makeup on at the end of this video. I purchased the Anastasia stencils, and I also, and they're right here, I'll show you. So you get, let me tell you how many you get. I have to put my eyes on, I'm sorry. My eye adjusters. So you get 5 different stencils. So these are the stencils that you get, and hopefully you can see them. It's kind of glaring because of the light, but I'm going to talk to you how you figure out which one you need. So you get all the stencils, including this one. I'm sorry, there's another one right here. That's the one we're going to use today. And then another thing that I got, not what you get included, that's what you get stencils, Another thing that you're going to want to have is gel. I use the Anastasia. You don't have to use Anastasia. This is what I use. And another thing that I purchased as well, and this is an alternative to using the concealer. Again, if you saw my other video, you know what I'm talking about, but we'll get into it and how I use this. But this is the eyeshadow primer and color corrector pro pencil is what it is called, but I'm going to show you what I do with it. So it just looks like a concealer, which I would not use this as a concealer, but for your eyes, we're going to use it for a concealer. And you're also going to need a nice pencil like this, or a nice brush like this. This is the Anastasia again. This is it says the number 12. So you get the little spoolie on the end, which is nice. It's a nice spoolie, and then you get the little angled brush as well, and it's kind of like a stiffer angled brush, which is really nice, and hopefully my camera is focusing in on that. Another thing that I like to use, and this is from Chanel, and they also have one that has a spoolie and a brush at the end, and what I like about this brush is it's a little bit softer, so that's nice too for blending as well, and this is just a nice spoolie. So that's what I'm using. I'm also going to be using my Brow Wiz from Anastasia, and this is the color caramel. I know someone had mentioned in my last video that they do make the color caramel, so I don't know if the link that I shared didn't have it, but they do have the color caramel. That's the one that I use for my hair. And so, you know, the pencil's on one side, you twist it, and then you have another spoolie. Lots of spoolies here. It's just the way that it comes though. And the other thing that I'm using, this is not Anastasia, but I already had it, so that's what I'm using instead of purchasing another one, is you're going to want to use an eyebrow powder. This is the one from Benefits. I don't find that this one stays on as well for me, but we're just using, you're going to see how I use it, so I'm still going to use a pencil with it, so it's fine to use. So that's what I'm going to use, but you can use Anastasia or whatever you want to use. One more brush, and this one's from Sephora. This is the eyeliner number 22. This is the one that I'm going to use with that concealer pencil. To determine your brows and where they should be, you can just take this is just that, you know, one of my pencils, or not one of my brushes. It's a long brush. It's a long brush. That's what you want to use. You don't want to try to do it with like this, really. So I just take this, and you can just kind of see when you just place it right here in the outside part of your nostril, you can see where my brow should start. And if you tilt it a little bit, place it right there, that's where my arch should be. If I place it right here, that's where the end should be on my brow. So that just kind of gives you an idea of the layout of your brows. And there's, like I said, there's different brow shapes. I just placed mine on there to see what, where most of my hair was and where, which one looked best on me, and this one worked the best. So you place it where you line it up, and it's got these little dots. Now there's two ways, because one way you're going to place it and you're going to see the words, but then when you do the other side, obviously you have to turn it over. So then you just place it right there. I have to get closer here. I have to get closer to my mirror. But I'll place it right here. And then, so you kind of follow your brow like that. You see how that is? Then I am going to use the powder on it. I just really want to make sure this is right. And you will see also, I got to get my mirror here. You will see when you do this too, you may see some stray hairs that are sticking out of it. That's when you're going to want to use your tweezers and just tweeze it out, but you won't do that till after. So I'm going to place this on. I have to get close to my mirror, and then I'll make sure that you guys can see, but I have to see too. I just have to get kind of close here. Like that. Then, so you just hold on to it, and it's nice and bendable. It's not like a hard plastic, it's nice soft. Then I'm going to take my angled brush, not this angled brush, my my double-ended, my spoolie, and my angled brush from Anastasia. I'm going to take this brow, and there's a light and a dark. I'm mixing the two together. The light's kind of too light. And then, see, I'm moving it. It's hard to do this on camera. And then I'm going to start to fill it in. Let me move my mirror around this way. You don't want to move it. I'm just kind of tapping off a little bit. This is kind of like helping to get your little guide going. Okay, I feel like right there. Just want to make sure you get a good guide in there. And that's it. So now, you still see the line there. We've got to clean it up. It looks kind of sloppy. So I'm going to take the back end of my spoolie, like that. And I am going to go in, I'm going to do a little bit more powder, and then I'm going to go in with my pencil as well. And don't worry if it looks slightly uneven on the outside. We're going to clean that up with that little concealer pencil. I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I am just going to even it out just a little bit more, just doing really short little strokes. And I'm going to go up here. And I'm just following that. And again, I'm going to just bring it up. I am going to get my closer mirror too, because I just want to make sure. It's good to have two mirrors. Now here I can see where I've got some hairs that I need to tweeze. So I'm going to do that. It's good to have two mirrors. You want to have one that's magnified that you can see really close, but then you want to look far away because you're going to get two different views when you're doing something. So I'm going to go ahead and take my, I don't know why my hand's shaking so much today. Take my little spoolie and I'm just making sure that it's shaped really nice. I'm going to fill it in a little bit more here. You always want to go up here, and then you want to go this way. It just makes it look a little bit more natural, because your hair naturally, for the most part, lays that way. I'm going to actually, it's really lightly right there. Then I'm going to go in with this concealer crayon, and I am going to go right underneath it, and this will just help clean it up. It makes a huge difference, and this is a lot easier to work with than the concealer that I was sharing. So I just go right underneath it. I pretty much go around the whole eyebrows how I've been doing it. And then I go above it. Don't be intimidated by using these stencils. I was for a while. I thought, oh, it's seems like a lot of work, but you can see it's actually faster than the other technique that I shared. But it's nice to have a couple different ways in case you don't like that other way, or it's, you know, it's too hard to do or whatever. Where did my little, where did you go? Oh, it's right here. So I'm going to take my angled brush, number 22 angled brush, and I'm just going to just really lightly blend this in. So when you're blending it, you don't want to blend it down this way. When you're on the top, you want to always blend away from your brows. This just really helps clean it up. Same down here. See, I'm brushing away from my brows. And take a look in your mirror too to make sure that it looks good from a distance as well. Now I'm going to take it and brush it up just a little bit more right here. And I'm going to put my gel on. So I go brush it up here. And then I'm going to brush it this way. But this will give you perfect brows every single time. As perfect as they're going to be. Nobody's brows are perfect. No two are, even with a stencil, are not going to look exactly alike, but they look, it's a lot easier to do. And here I feel like I got a little bit of a sharp corner there. I just want to clean that up. Do you see that? I don't know if you saw that. That's why it's good to have, where's my other? That's why it's good to have two mirrors, because you're going to see two different, close up it looked good, far away I'm like, I need to fix that. You can see why I don't do my brows on camera all the time though. Takes a little bit more work. All right, so I'm going to get my makeup on and I will be right back. Okay, so there is my finished brow look. Very easy to do, as you can see. Would highly recommend her eyebrow stencils. Like I said, I believe you get 5 of them. They're all scattered in front of me here. You get 5 eyebrow stencils. You can buy her powder, her eyebrow powder, if you want to try it. I have not tried it yet, so I can't say how I feel about it. I would like to try it, but I just bought the Benefits, so I'm just going to use that for now. But I think that's a really easy way to do my brows. You got 2 different ways. I shared 2 different ways that you can do it. if you're intimidated by using the brows, but don't be the brow stencils, but don't be intimidated because they're very soft and really easy to use. Again, would highly recommend it. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share it. I think it would be very, very, very helpful, especially to anybody that might be intimidated about doing the brows, maybe not knowing what to do with their brows. Make sure that you leave me a comment. I always comment back to you guys. Follow me on Instagram. I share sort of behind the scenes there. And that is it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you real soon. Bye.